Greetings, folks. This is Xiao-Fury. I know it's been a while. Forgive me. But I wanted to talk briefly about the elections. I think the 7th was election day. And for the most part, I really haven't been paying attention to it. But one of the controversies, if you will, deals with abortion. Now, forgive me if I don't have all of the information correct. Just correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm hearing that Republicans did not win a lot of their seats because they were calling for the complete removal or abolishment of abortion. And I'm just like, well, finally. However, some people say that because such Republicans were calling for it to be removed completely, that this didn't work well with the opposition. That the opposition was like, well, we're going to just vote that much harder for abortion. And pretty much that's what happened. And what I'm hearing is that so-called conservatives are upset at Republicans that they didn't play this right. In other words, and I'm about to get upset here, they pretty much want us, this nation that already has tons and tons of innocent blood on our hands via abortion. But these so-called conservatives want us to dangle a baby's body over an open flame so that politicians can get their seats. In other words, let's sacrifice at least 50 million more just so the Republicans can be elected. To hell with that. All right? For goodness sake. Any land that destroys its future generation is cursed. Any land that thinks that their children are not worth it, or that we can destroy our babies so that we can get more money in our pockets, because let's be honest, everyone is upset about inflation. Everything is more expensive than what it's ever been, and people want balance back. However, we're not going to get no balance by trying to say that we shouldn't have overturned Roe v. Wade if only we would have did it at a different time. Are you kidding me with these arguments? And this is coming from the so-called conservatives. Crying and angry and just pretty much coming out of woodwork saying that they are pro-abortion. Though they're going to always say, I really don't like when babies get aborted. I really am pro-life. But nope, there is no but. If you pro-life, then you stand for life. Do I really need to explain what abortion is? It's murder of innocent babies. We have all the technology now more than ever to detect the heartbeat of a little baby. And we also know that life starts at conception. So it's just like the abortion argument has nothing to stand on. And then they talking about, I've heard or read some comments where some people were complaining that the Republicans there, or certain Republicans, they're even advocating for pro-life policies for children born of incest and the R word. You know, I had to say that because YouTube censor everything except the things they should be censoring. But y'all get what I'm saying. Well, I know people who were born through, we'll just call it force, all right? I know people who were born through force. And who knows, I may have met people who were born through incest. Why exactly do we have to kill these people because of how they were born? And here's a little well-kept secret. In a lot of situations with incest, and I know this is gross what I'm about to say, there's a lot more consent with that type of sex than what we would like to admit. Yes, you have a lot of perverted families thinking nothing wrong with having their own family members. It's disgusting. And I 100% do not agree with, incest. And especially when a woman is forced against her will. But the thing is, these are people being born. And we cannot destroy them because of how they were born. That's not fair. They are people with spirits, male or female. You mean to tell me they gotta get butchered because of something beyond their control? And this sick-minded America thinks that God is gonna bless this country? Because no, we should have waited to overturn Roe v. Wade. We needed more babies to die so that the Republicans can get their seats and do nothing like how they usually do. They don't do nothing anyway. Most of the time, they just run their mouths, and when given the opportunity to get rid of something that we elected them to do, they don't do it. But them aside, what we're seeing here is the heart of man. And by man, I mean mankind, which includes women. This nation wants to murder babies. I mean, I know y'all know how evil things are. I mean, lawlessness is absolutely at an all-time high. Criminals do extremely evil acts of crime, and many of them get bails that are like $1,000 or $500. And some of them don't even get arrested. Or maybe they'll get arrested, but they'll probably just get released the next day. Which is extremely insulting more ways than one. I mean, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I guess I just haven't been making a lot of videos like how I used to because I just didn't feel like it. But the negativity, y'all, there is just so many things I have to remove from my feed because negative this, negative that. I'm just like, I need a break. But there's just so much evil going on. And we know about the horrendous evil that happened on October the 7th. And here in America and other countries as well, you have people who were for what happened to our Israeli people. It's ridiculous. They're calling for these people to be massacred, cheering that it happened. And this is in America. Which, by the way, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but Israel have been our allies since 1948. And a lot of people are crying that we don't need to give them more money to these foreign places. We shouldn't have been giving out money to the Ukrainians. That is such a farce of a war. Mr. Zelensky just begs and begs and begs for money. It's like, dude, I never vouched for you to have my money, but since you got it, what are you doing with it? Come on, dude. $113 billion and you still begging for money. What are you doing with that money? I'm guessing he's going to go gamble or something. But I digress. It is just the nature of this country. We are evil. And for all you patriots, I'm sorry. As much as y'all trying to rally up people to vote for Trump and MAGA this, and America will not be saved. I mean, look at the conservatives. You're boo-hooing because how come these Republicans asked to get rid of abortion? I mean, they should have been doing that. It's murder. And the laws of the land are against murder last time I checked. So how is it that women have a right to just murder and not get in trouble for it? And the men who help to do it, and the doctors who perform it. Now unless these women and men are forced against their will, and by men, if a woman forces a man to pay for her abortion. Such things happen. But unless somebody is being forced against their will, that's one thing, because they're being forced. But this is willful participation to end a person's life. And the conservatives, the so-called conservatives, are mad because we should have got rid of Roe v. Wade at a different time, because we needed a little bit more blood on our hands before this ever happened. So, oh my goodness. Forget America. Alright? Forget it. There is no way the Lord is going to bless this. The Word of God says among the 7 things that He hates and are abominations to Him, one would be the shedding of innocent blood. And if you people, conservatives, really think that sacrificing more babies for a feckless Republican to get elected is going to be right in God's eye, then you have another thing coming. We deserve wrath. We deserve the wrath of God. Absolutely. We deserve the wrath of God. So, Christians, especially y'all, I think it's just time to realize that the voting ain't helping no more. We just truly need to get our lives right through Jesus Christ. We need to get the gospel out so that souls can be saved. Because America won't. The only place that will physically be saved is Israel. As you can read in Romans 11, I think, and many other parts of the Bible where that prophecy is spoken of. But yes, I was just really, absolutely disgusted at these so-called conservatives. I unsubscribed from a lot of them. I'm not going to get into names right now because I'm kind of driving and I don't want to mistakenly call out people who may have not said it. But I have unsubscribed from fellas who I watched for quite some time, because you cannot compromise a baby's life. You can't do it. These are babies. They're the most innocent of innocent. The ones who deserve our help more than anybody else. But that's all for now. So, sorry for the noise. I'm driving. So, I'll talk to you all soon. Pray, pray, pray.